What up, beautiful people? Welcome to another video. I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes wondering what I might speak about on today's video, and I made a vlog yesterday. I went into Southampton on the train. Just to go on a little mini adventure. It's only like 45 minutes away from here. I've also been wanting a new pair of shoes for a while now. I haven't bought a new pair of like Nikes in about 5 or 6 years. Nothing's really tickled my fancy that much until I saw someone wearing these. Very happy with them. Anyway, got new shoes, so I feel good. This video might be a little bit shorter than I thought because it looks like it's gonna rain. And I'm wearing my fucking favorite poncho. It's so cozy. It's made out of alpacas. Well, just the wool, I think, just alpaca wool. Put my hood up like this, and then I look like I know what I'm talking about. In yesterday's video, I was recognizing and thanking you for sharing with me your most precious asset that you have in this life, which is your consciousness, your focus, your awareness, where you place your precious focus. It's so powerful. And I want to reiterate that and just say I do not take it for granted that you choose to be here right now. The most precious thing that we have in this lifetime is where we choose to put our attention. I realize every single time I'm focusing on something that doesn't really deserve my attention, you know? And there's a lot of things in this world, right? Many things, infinite things that are trying to grab our attention. Think about it like this. Why is Instagram so valuable? It's only valuable if your eyeballs are on it. It's only valuable with the number of users on it, but depending on how much time they spend scrolling through. Because every time you look at a post and you scroll to the next one, you scroll to the next one, it will drop a little advert in. You've all seen that Netflix documentary. The world, especially media, is fighting, literally fighting for our attention because it is the most precious commodity, because we can be advertised to, we can be influenced into buying something, we can have our whole idea of the world formulated through a screen, through the news, through whatever media outlets we decide to subscribe to. I'm not going to go on a rant about the different narratives, the fear-based narratives that come through the news. I don't watch the fucking news, but every now and then if it's on a TV that I walk past, I'm like, it's more abrasive than ever. And I can feel the fear that's coming through it. It's obvious. Fear keeps us in our head, in a state of reaction, fight or flight, stress. Keeps us stressed. In that state, we're a lot less likely to make informed, logical decisions. We're a lot more likely to look to someone to tell us what to do, and therefore we're more easily manipulated when we're scared. Interjection! I'm editing this video and there's stuff that I want to add in because I think it's important. I'm talking about fear, I'm talking about the news, I'm talking about narratives, I'm talking about things that are pulling our attention, right? And something that I realized that I didn't include that I want to add in right now is why is it so important? Now, the power of our consciousness creates worlds. The power of your consciousness is creating your whole reality through your perception of it, So all the time that you are subscribing to a story, regardless of if it's true or not, because your body emotionally will feel like it's true, especially if there is a fear frequency within the story, all of the time that you are talking about it, sharing it, thinking about it, and then your behavior being impacted by it, you are keeping that reality alive. Most people don't even realize this. Together, when we are all coming together to think about something and talk about it, we are together collectively making it real. Not only is our consciousness valuable in terms of advertising to influence us into parting with our money to purchase things, that's fine. There can be a story presented to us through mainstream media, watching the news and saying, I agree, that's real, I agree. And then you talk to other people and they're like, we also agree, that's real. And so together, our minds and our attention is being taken away from what is actually important, which is living your fucking life and getting on with life and enjoying life and creating your life, creating your story, creating what you want to see in your reality. Now you've been hooked into creating a bigger reality that might not even be real. You see why it's powerful for us to take back control of where we focus our attention? Because as soon as you stop subscribing to the news, you stop perpetuating whatever the story is that's going on out there, regardless of how real it is or how real it isn't. And then you've got your whole divine creative life force consciousness back to then create the reality that you actually want to live in, rather than having someone else control your reality for you. Boom. To manipulate populations into believing something specific that aligns with that narrative, that keeps us believing that we have someone to fight against and there's an enemy, and then it brings us all together because now we're going to fight the enemy. It's like very tribalistic, taking advantage of the human psyche and the animalistic, tribalistic instincts of psychology. So I said I'm not going to dive down that rabbit hole, and I just did a little bit, or just think about it, ponder it, just consider this. Where my focus and my attention and my energy goes, or where my focus and attention goes, that's where my energy flows to. We are so powerful. That which we focus on literally comes to life. This is what I mean by we are so powerful. Where our attention goes, that's the reality that we create for ourselves, particularly when we do it in a group. What I'm really inviting you to do here is to ponder this, think about it, think like, wow, how powerful really am I? Think about when you're constantly thinking about maybe something you're scared of that's creating some anxiety around something in the future. You're far more likely to actually create that reality for yourselves because your thoughts are so potent. Your focus and your attention is going on, I'm so worried about this thing in the future, and so you're much more likely to have that experience. Now, mindfulness, we can take our precious focus and our consciousness and focus it on the stuff that we do want. And I think a lot of people, as we wake up, certainly for me, I've had to pull myself out of these mainstream narratives, I can observe them and see what's going on, and I just don't participate in them in the state whereby I'm actually fueling them and feeding my consciousness and my energy into it, which is actually just making it worse. And in the meantime, not only do I feel more peaceful, but now I'm starting to be like, okay, what do I want to create? What life do I want to live? Where am I going to put this focus and this attention and this energy that I now have because I am just not participating in that anymore? Does that make sense? Check in with yourself Where is my attention going right now? Where's my focus going? If I'm on Instagram, what is it that I'm consuming? Is it helping me in my life? Is it making my life better? Am I on Instagram because I'm creating and sharing something? Or am I consuming something? And if I'm consuming something, what is it? And is it going towards the reality that I want for me, that you want for you? Not an easy question to answer, particularly if you don't even know what kind of reality you want for yourself, what kind of life you want for yourself, what experiences do you want for yourself in this lifetime. These are all things that will come with time if you're not totally sure. Maybe you know exactly what kind of life you want. Maybe you know just what the feeling is that you want. I want to feel free. I want to feel creative. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel juicy. I want to feel all the emotions, and I want to take those emotions and use them for inspiration to create art. I want to have experiences with beautiful people. I want to connect deeply, and I want to experience the fullness of my being whilst I'm here on earth. That kind of fucking juicy reality. You're going to need a lot of energy for that and a lot of focus for that, which is why it's important that we check in with where it's going. I feel like I'm getting it, and I'm being able to explain this a little bit better to you right now. Let me know in the comments if you're vibing with this. There's 2 crows above me in the tree, and they always come find me. Not these specific crows, I don't think, but crows always just come and hang out with me. I always feel like it's my grandparents, my ancestors that have passed, especially when I'm all spiritual in my poncho. There's only so many minutes that we have in this lifetime on planet Earth. Every minute that goes by is a minute closer to your death. Okay, that was quite intense. But the point remains. And there's no rush. Let me not put any pressure on you to figure all this out at once. We're not here forever. In a way we are. But right now, this current incarnation, it's finite. Do you want to realize at some point that you've been giving your creative energy to someone else's reality, to someone else's dream? Slowly but surely, no rush, no pressure. Just start to feel into this. What's your dream reality? And in the meantime, if you don't know where to put it necessarily, start withdrawing it from the places where you know it's being wasted. Start to come back home to yourself and give yourself the attention and the focus and the energy to get to know yourself. That's a great use of your time. You're starting to explore maybe your inner landscape. Invaluable, particularly if you don't know what you want or what kind of reality you want for yourself. That's even better, because you don't have to worry necessarily about where your attention should be going, but just start to pull it back from places where you know it's not being valued, or where you know you're putting your energy and attention into creating someone else's dream, someone else's reality. Just something to think about, something to feel into. Something that I think is really important. Go easy on yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself if and when you begin to realize that you are giving your attention and your consciousness to things that don't matter, to things that don't give you anything back, to things that just take. Be gentle with yourself. Try not to judge yourself too much for it. I know I struggle with that. I'm actually starting to get really good at being very compassionate with myself when I find myself in a scroll hole, doom scrolling on Instagram, and then I'll see a funny cat video. Oh my God, how long have I been scrolling for? I kind of needed that cat video though. Okay, no more. I'm gonna take back control of my consciousness and make a choice in this moment. Okay, just gonna fucking put the phone down. I'm actually gonna turn it off. Whoa. Turn your phone off. What a concept. Turn the TV off. Sell the TV. Don't sell the TV. You need it for movies. If someone starts having a conversation with you where they just want to complain about the terrible thing, the latest terrible thing that's happening on the news, and you are not interested in that at all, you're well within your right to hold a boundary and just be like, I don't fucking want to talk about this. Don't say fucking. Just say, should we talk about something else? How are you? Really, how are you? All the time we're gossiping or talking about the news or complaining about something, that is focus and attention that could be going into creating the reality that we actually want to be living in. Not everybody's interested in that. A lot of people are interested in just staying the same and just continuing to be in the known reality that they're creating with their attention because it's comfortable, and no judgment. No judgment. This is really important, to not judge other people for wanting to just stay talking about the same stuff. They just want to go wherever the news tells them and just have their consciousness directed for them. But that's not what we're here for in this lifetime. We're taking command of our own consciousness and we are steering it where we want, because we're starting to understand how powerful it is in that we get to create our own reality. All right? Perfect. Well, these videos, I struggle to keep these videos short, so I'm going to end it there. I love you. I'm doing a podcast tomorrow with a brother named Charles Clay, and he's a fucking anxiety expert, and he's like 40 something, and he's a dad, and he's like deep in his masculine, on his purposeful journey, and I can't wait to have a conversation with him on the New Perceptions podcast. Go and subscribe to that on whatever your podcast thing is. It's linked in the description, or search for New Perceptions. And also head over to benjam.uk and pop your email into the newsletter bit at the bottom of the thing. And I'll see you guys in a video real soon. Let me know what you think of this one. I love you. Goodbye.